And we're back again!
Hello.
My friend was asking me why I would need to equip 2 death rings for this. I was like, you don't seem to understand how hard it is to kill things in hard mode.
Yeah, death rings give an insane amount of power, but it is kind of necessary a lot of the time.
Plus, everything else pretty much just boosts your stats, too. So. Aside from stuff like, is it the King or Hierophant or Emperor or whatever that boosts my implant generation?
I don't remember.
Yeah. Regardless, that's not terribly useful to us now. But there's the one that prevents us from being knocked back when we get hit by something.
That one is actually really, really useful in the normal game.
Those shovels are death. Like, if we don't down him in one hit, he'll get to throw the shovel. And we don't want him to throw the shovel, because it is very fast. Is he dead? Oh, good.
Yeah, that fellow has one of the more amusing death animations.
I didn't want to risk seeing it.
Fair enough. I believe there's a dude in the passage to the right.
Yeah, but we can't get this. Well, no, there can't possibly be a guy in the passage to the right, because it requires the Perry's glyph.
That's right.
Skeleton Land! Guess what's in the skeleton caves?
Really good EXP farming.
Also a million skeletons. This is another reason the Medusa heads are near vital for some of this stuff. They can destroy those bone tower projectiles.
Like that guy just destroyed you?
Yes. Exactly like that. I don't know why I cast them here, it just...
The Nitesco glyph is rather useful in this area, as is the, I forget which combination it is, but there's one combination that makes a gigantic axe. That one's really handy in here because of its massive hit range.
Ah, Skeleton Rex. He, like, appears only in this game. And he is a bastard.
Many of them are bastards.
Oh, yeah.
Bastards of the right variety.
Ah! I forgot which room that was exactly. I know what to do in it. No bones.
You get a bone pick with them.
Yeah.
They're all a bunch of spineless wimps.
Where's Papyrus when I need him?
I don't know, he's far more humorous than I. I mean, I can tell a pretty good joke, but... Also, speaking of Papyrus, you know, I honestly think Bone Traversal is rapidly becoming my favorite song from that game.
Yeah, it's one of my tops. I don't think it can ever take out Save the World for me, but...
The thing with Save the World is, this is the room, by the way, that is the best EXP farm in the early game. But,
yeah, I'm going through here in case there is someone. Because I don't remember where they all are. Nope.
Not even worth the chance of it being a mimic.
Well, I can't jump that high yet.
I meant the lower one.
Well, what could I possibly gain from item chests at this point?
True.
Now, I take a quick drink as we wait for that mana bar to fill back up.
You know what would be an interesting game to LP? Old Axe Armor mode.
Not much to say about Old Axe Armor mode.
Well, she's an interesting character.
Yeah.
And...
She's like
it's
joke
certain...
canonically female. Look at how determined that stride of hers is.
But it can't be determined. She can't feel determination. Which technically means she can't save.
Take that, skeletons. Skeletons reply with, "Oh yeah."
Don't give up, skeleton. Try tongue, comma, butt, comma, hole. Dark Souls references. Gotta love them.
And now, another boss. Here, bossy, bossy, bossy. There we go.
Wow, you just fucked it up.
That was the Man-Eater, according to that medal.
Emphasis on was.
Oh yeah, skipping these guys. Ordinary rock.
Thank you.
And now, time to use the best item in the entire game.
You got a magic ticket. You got a magic ticket. Takes you home in a jiff. It's fucking sweet.
Because I am not walking back out through that cave. Honestly, I forget. I don't think we had access to the village yet at the first place, so I couldn't have used them anyway. Now, we've got to go back to Time Neo Mountains. Because at this point, it's never going to get any easier. So, let's do it before I forget. what the game expects you to... Skeletons?
I like those characters a whole skeleton.
Yeah. We are back to the realm of the winged flappy deaths.
Goddamn winged flap beasts.
And owls, but they're not so bad because they know the truth about Simon Cowell.
That he's just not worth giving a hoot.
Oh no, he's actually the Beaver King.
Huh. I don't get that.
It's a Weeble animation thing. No one really gets any of them, but it had a catchy beat to it.
Fair enough? Question mark?
I just walked into that one. There's like 2 people in those mountains we gotta rescue. When I die with a small bird lodged in my throat.
Die as you live, oh a bird.
Oh, I've been watching this Netflix show about... They put up 3 stories each episode. One, damn it, birds. One of them is true, and the other 2 are urban legends.
And you have to figure out which is which?
Yes, they do tell you at the end of the show.
Fair enough. Sounds interesting.
Yes. I am getting brain, it seems. Yeah, it's not gonna get any easier to do this, so... I do have to say this is still easier than the Angry Video Game Nerd game.
And more entertaining.
Yeah, the Angry Video Game Nerd game is entertaining. You heard me trying to cast it there! The bird has killed me more than the troll.
Birds are jerks.
Shanoa really, really needs a coat hanger.
A coat hanger?
You've never seen Birdemic, have you?
I've never heard of it.
It is a bad movie. It is
Fair
also a
enough.
disturbingly low-budget movie, which, due to various budgetary and prop issues, has a scene in which the main characters swing coat hangers at clearly not even their animated gifs of birds.
Oh. Hey.
It was supposed to be umbrellas, but they did not have any umbrellas. Because opening and closing umbrellas will actually screw with birds.
Fair enough? Question mark?
It is that kind of low budget.
There's low budget, and then there's what's a budget, and then there's that.
Behold, the abominable snowman, also known as the Yeti.
They're a pain in the butt to farm, if I recall, or am I thinking of a different one?
You don't need to farm them, you need to take a photograph of one.
Ah, that's right.
And since he jumps into the background, the instant he recognizes him.
Isn't there a trick with stopping time or something?
You can do it or just be quick.
I know.
There we go.
In that room to our left is a, I believe it's the ring that makes you resistant to knockback.
Actually, I think it's the wind, the numeric glyph. I could be wrong now.
You might be right, it might be Numa. That's right, you need the ring to get the Numa glyph.
No, you don't.
Well, it helps.
Oh, damn it. I thought he was dead.
Womp, 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 womp.
But he has told me some useful information about that, or I have learned useful information about that area. It means I don't have to go through the lower areas to get to the person. I thought she was like in the deep area of it.
It's true. You can just risk the owls.
And the Flappy Deaths!
Owls are a form of Flappy Death. They are the terror that flaps in the night. They're also the Alpha and the Amiga? Question mark? BBC Abridged references?
Would you believe that cave trolls are actually one of the based on urban legend monsters?
Yeah, I would.
They use the tongue to suck blood out of livestock.
They're also incredibly, terrifyingly powerful in most of the games that they're in.
They've had bad showings in a couple, but generally they are top-tier enemies.
Now, my personal favorite thing involving cave trolls is in Dawn of Sorrow.
Is that where you can pick up the ability to stab things with your own tongue?
Yes. And what you do is, early in the game, there's an enemy, Dimitri, I believe. He will copy anything you use on him. However, his copied form only has 1 soul power. At 9 cave troll souls, the tongue is, while silly, a rather decent long-range sniping attack. At 1 soul, you are just sticking your tongue out at the foe. Dimitri will copy any soul techniques you hit him with and then start spamming them back at you. So, by using the tongue, you render him completely useless. Because all he can do is blah, blah, Why is this sucking? Blah.
To be fair, most anything that involves farming a soul up to max level in Dawn of Sorrow breaks the game in points.
Well, you don't have to farm it up to max level, you just have to tag him with it once, and then pelt him from afar with guns or shit.
I thought you were talking about, like, having epic tongue fights with Dimitri.
No, there's no epic about it. At high level, yours is miles long, but he will only ever get one the length of an actual human tongue.
I didn't know he only copies it at one soul. I just thought he copied whatever you had.
Mm-hmm. You can only steal one soul's worth of power from it.
But then I haven't particularly spent time experimenting with Dimitri.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, a lot of moves that you'd think would be good to feed to him because they suck, don't. Like, the Sahagin Water Jet, for example, he's actually really good with it. Of course, it is important to give him something, because what he starts with is really powerful.
Yeah, it's not Cthulhu's move, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Because that is totally not Cthulhu, because we couldn't secure the rights, so...
Actually, I believe it is called Cthulhu.
It's mostly called Molokai these days.
Ah, that's right.
Taser every 5 steps keeps the death birds away.
I like how they just explode in puffs of feathers. I've actually seen that happen in real life once. Big old crow was sitting on a power line, all of a sudden, bzzz, and then there's just some feathers drifting down to the ground. As fucked up as this is, that was one of the funniest things I'd ever seen.
We'll be going right back in there once I save. Because I've now got an inn on the far side of it. I really wonder what this is, even.
A source of infinite hearts?
Yeah, it just...
The question is, what are hearts?
Well, they're clearly human souls.
No, because Soma doesn't absorb hearts that way. Thus they can't.
I was joking.
Oh.
Yes.
Ah. Sorry, I'm not feeling well, so my brain's a little off today.
There's no one here. I guess it must be the other area, these mountains.
Yeah.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, that's one unfortunate thing with this game. A lot of the zones get repeated, and the map is almost identical in the repeat.
Ooh, there's another boss in this area. She is
Which boss?
Rascilia, named after the same things, named after the same myths as the giant lady ships in Witcher Axiom Verge.
Oh, I remember this. Fuck this. I hate those damn starfish.
Yes, the starfish have an incredibly easy to predict movement pattern, but they are still absurdly deadly due to raw size.
They're the assholes of the ocean.
Oh, right, yes.
Deadly, deadly spores.
Yes. I'm saving after I replenish my hearts this time. Oh, at least I kill him in one hit.
That's a hell of a lot of puffballs of death.
Yeah, I think they up the count on the puffballs of death in hard mode. Look at how not dying I am right now.
You master of not die.
Oh, ah!
I spoke too soon.
Yeah. Right, time to abuse boss killing techniques to deal with those spores. Because nothing says screw you instant death spores like 4,000 points of damage to something that dies in one hit regardless of what it is.
Didn't seem to help.
Time to go to Plan B.
Rapidus Fio and just fucking book it to the right.
Yep. That was due to the slowdown of the water. I've got to stay on top of it. Or I may just have to figure out what glyph has good screen clear. As opposed to just overhead slide.
God.
Yeah, this isn't working.
Try going in the water where they aren't.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Or is there a reason you have to stay up top?
The only particular reason to stay up top is because there aren't starfish up there. Which die in one hit from lightning, so...
Yeah.
Oh. Penis got me.
Yep.
We are making faster progress that way, though.
Death by Dong.
This is the last water level in the game. Get through this. I am watching my above. That may yet prove useful, so. Oh yeah, that's what makes these guys those starfish so irritating. Being nearly
Indeed.
immune to everything that's not electricity.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately,
Thank you.
small
Very
girl
much.
get.
Do-do-do-do. You found a chick. Ooh, playing it risky there.
Well, I've got to get him into line of sight so I can do anything to them. That is one of the oddest enemy designs in the entire game.
It's a fish with a chick for a lure. Yeah, St. Elmo's have a weird name.
Well, St. Elmo's refers to a ship full of people that drown and get sighted sometimes. You've heard of St. Elmo's fire?
Mm-hmm.
That's like the warning light to other ships that, hey, there's a ship here in the fog.
Fair enough. Now this boss is a pain in the ass if you don't slice their face off like that.
Yeah. I think she was the first boss playing through this game I really had to learn. Like, flat out study how she works and figure out what to do.
That thing is a weird, freaky noodle penis. Do those still make the terrifying shriek when they die? The weird noodly things? I know in one of the games they make this kind of whenever you kill them.
Oh good, we're done with this area forever.
Thank you.
And you found the Vic Viper.
It's also worth 3,200 points. Go for the high score! Should be able to finish off Giant's Dwelling. It's not nearly as bad as the water area.
Pretty cool boss if I recall too.
Not that we're going to get to see much of him. This game brings back the more conventional enemy sets. Or level. Not game. Though it does have Crazy Scissor Lady.
That scissor thing has, if I remember right, an interesting glyph. It's either a glyph or an item, I can't remember which. I know the lady cats have a great glyph.
Oh, thank goodness.
I'm not sure if it's that version of the Lady Cat or the next one.
It might be the next one.
Just like that's not the enemy that gives you the Robo Shanoa Wolf is the next one.
That one dropped a sandwich for 50G.
I think it dropped a sandwich and 50G. It's just the 50G overrode it.
Ah.
Or like it was gotten second, so it replaced it.
Broke Monsieur. That is ham and cheese on fried bread.
Well, they've got good taste.
If it had a fried egg on top, it would be a croque madame.
And just a stabby glyph. Oh, it notes that these cat ladies can be turned to stone. Hello, room that would horrify most anyone who wasn't completely surrounded with death heads.
I forgot how incredibly short this level was. Now this boss is a complete bitch to kill the first time through the game.
That is why.
Yeah, the murder beam took 2 hits to go through. He is ludicrously strong.
Massive amounts of health.
HP out the yin-yang. My god, it's Dumbledore! Wait, no, different Albus.
Now that I have studied your magical rune copying technique twice, let's see, I forget how long this area is. I think I'm going to call that not this video.
Yep. Later, viewers.
See you next video!